Major Talk TV, you locked in. Shit.
I'm trying to get my weight up. Yeah, I want that paper.
What's going on, man? What's going on? We got some things to talk about in the den today. I know everybody, unless you've been living on the rock, you all have seen the craziness and the drama going on with DaBaby and his baby mother, DaniLeigh. I also want to get into the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. Right now, it's reached the closing arguments and it's pretty much in the hands of the jury. So I want to get into that. But before any of that, I want to give highlight to something that's big to me. It's very special. It's a major thing. It's the first time I did something like this. I have my first movie that I wrote, shot, edited, produced, starred in, everything. It's called Not the Only Fans, and it will be here Thanksgiving this year, November 25th, 2021. And I'm gonna drop the link in the description, and I also I put it at the bottom of the screen. And it's a real cool movie, man. It's like comedy, action, drama, you know, all these things molded into one. But yeah, it was something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I finally kind of picked myself up and said, man, go ahead and get this thing done. And so yeah, it's on the way. It's almost here. Pre-orders are available now. Make sure I drop that link for y'all. And also, I got the movie playing right here on this screen, so you can actually, as I'm talking, you know, you can get little sneak peeks of some of the stuff that's going on. You get to check out some of the scenes. So yeah, man, Not the Only Fans, November 25th, 2021. Be on the lookout. So moving right along. I want to talk about DaBaby and his debacle with his baby mother. So I'm gonna play some of the videos that were actually put out because he went live and it pretty much took off from there. So let me go ahead and get into this this first video, and then you know we can get into it.
What a fucking coward! Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Yeah, I'm fucking live. He got the fucking phone in his hand. Look at that shit. There you go. Yeah, there I go. Come on. Fuck this nigga. Fuck you.
You know what? Before I even let it continue, I do want to point something out. And this is not a reaction video, but I just want to point this out, man. The fact that all this is going on while she's actually feeding the baby. The baby's laying right down her chest, and she's feeding the baby with a bottle. The fact that all this is going on with the baby in the vicinity is kind of like that makes this all the more worse for me. It's very cringy. And that was just something I noticed. I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you want to record me talking about shut the fuck up. Yeah, go ahead. This is the first thing.
Okay, I'm gonna go to this other one right here. I think this one right here was after the fact.
Especially when it's like live, I usually refrain from the internet. Especially when it's like a child involved. Like I don't get into that. But one thing about me, like, you know, one thing I do stand on and take pride in is being a father. You know what I'm saying? One thing we're not about to do is let a failed attempt and try to position yourself in a career through a child turn out one of a good example of a black father being tore down.
So this right here is a live that DaBaby did after that initial live, because you already know there was a lot of reactions that came behind that, and he's pretty much explaining where he was coming from and pretty much his stance in the whole situation. I'm gonna get into it, and afterwards I'm gonna give an overview of what the whole situation was about, everything that went down.
We ain't doing that. We ain't about to let that be misrepresented out here. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that. I know it's plenty niggas that look up to me. You know what I'm saying? They tell me all the time, as far as like how I deal with what I gotta deal with, still handle my business and take care of my kids like my daddy deal with me. You see what I'm saying? So ain't no way we going out like that and letting this get misrepresented. You know what I'm saying? I take pride in that. We gonna hold that down. This nigga's what it is. I got my personal assistant right here, like, you know, and I ain't gonna bring nobody down or none of this shit to lift myself up or clear my name. I really just, I'm the type of nigga like I take my lip and keep my mouth shut. You know, but my kid.
That's funny. That's funny. So I gotta point this out. Maybe this is a reaction video. I don't know. I gotta point this out. He just said that he's not the type of person to bring someone else down, to help, you know, make himself look better or to help out his situation. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, none of us can really know all the ins and outs of what they had going on or what they were, you know, going through. But I can definitely say some of the things that were said seemed a bit unnecessary. It seemed a bit excessive. And I feel like, you know, for this to be the mother of your child, and you know, whether you say y'all were in an official relationship or whatever it was, y'all were living under the same roof for some time. It's just, you know, some of those things are just really disrespectful to say, because if you feel like this about somebody, what are you saying about yourself for even being involved with them? You know, so I don't know about that right there.
As a father, my integrity as a father get played with, you know. As a man, I got to clear up. First problem, me and DaniLeigh is not together. Do I act like we're together?
You say not together?
Do I make it openly clear that we're not together? We are not going to stay.
He says he makes it clear that they're not together.
And that's not what's going on. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost. She does not live with me. When did she get here? Where we at? A week ago. You see what I'm saying? She's here with 2 suitcases. She does not live with me. She's been supposed to go back. Been trying to get her stuff sent here, trying to move in, you know. And maybe flipping with the dead in the eyes at calm and short conversations like, no, it's not what we're doing. You see what I'm saying? We ain't gonna do it like this. Hey, I care about my kids for real. My kids ain't no marketing scheme. You have a baby with me and the plans don't go as planned, and you go out with a bang, it's cool. Be my guest, but when you get blown all the way up into something like this, like a trip, you know.
Alright, I'm about to go to this this next video. Now, right here is a post that DaniLeigh made to her story that says, and this right here was after the initial live, and I guess after his response. It says, "Ladies, never let a man do you like this. I pray my daughter never got to go through something like this with whoever she ends up with. This man left me when I was pregnant. Of course, I wanted my baby to know her dad. But wow, just so he can do his whole ass now. After 3 months, he talking about a love affair as if I'm delusional. Let me go ahead and post text messages, pictures, motherfucking videos. I'm sleeping with my baby in my arms. He gonna say, y'all need to leave. Fucking coward ass." Alright, let me get into this video.
Need to get out of this house. Go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Tell him. Where's this stupid ass nigga at? Where's he at?
So apparently, he actually called the police. So this video right here is made once the police got there.
Whatever. You wanna call the fucking cops on me for whatever the fuck reason. Whatever. Stupid ass. My 3-month-old baby. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Fucking bitch ass nigga. No, I don't need to tell you nothing. Nah, you good. You can talk to him because he want to call you guys. Go ahead. Go ahead. Nah, go ahead. Ain't nobody need to talk to nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Got the police involved.
Yeah, whatever.
Shit had to be serious. It had to be serious.
Bitch ass. It's all good. It's all good. Shit. This whole time I've been nothing but straight with this man and tried, you know what I'm saying, tried nothing but
genuine pure love for this man from the jump, 3 years ago, from the fucking jump. And of course, all this internet bullshit, all this everything, always was something in our relationship, and it's definitely unfortunate. You have a child, so it's just like, it's just very unfortunate. But it ain't fair. My whole everything. Y'all think I'm a fucking bird because of this man. Like, y'all think I did this and that. Like, no, I was never that. It was never happening. I ain't here to clear it with nobody because I don't give a fuck what nobody thinks of me. But at the end of the day, like, I never spoken up anything. I never addressed anything because I ain't want to bring attention to it. But it's always the narrative on what it is.
Okay, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but yeah, I just wanted to play some of the videos just in case you hadn't seen what was going on, and just to give it some context. So apparently things transpired to cause him to tell her it's time for her to go. They have to leave the spot. She's saying that they've been involved and in a relationship for months now, and she's been living with him for 3 months. The baby is about 3 months old. Throughout the pregnancy, they weren't together. I guess they were together before the pregnancy. And well, there were some pictures that she put out also that showed them together at certain moments throughout the pregnancy. And you know, to be honest, some of the pictures would suggest that whatever their dealings were was a little more serious than you know, just a casual, you know, we just messing around type thing. You know, none of us can say for sure what they had going on, but like I said, the pictures and stuff that she released would suggest that it was more than what he's making it out to be. How I feel about it, man, I don't know. It seems a little ruthless. If it's what she's saying it is, it seems real bad. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's not, you know, if she's living there, if they're living together, I don't really see how, like, what could happen to make him say, you and our baby, this 3-month-old baby, have to go. You know, if they had those arrangements and they were just gonna live under the same roof and do whatever it is that they do, you know, maybe that didn't work out the way it was supposed to. But I don't know, man. It just seems really extreme. The way it's being framed, the way it's looking, it looks bad on the baby to me. And you know, we just gotta wait and see what happens. One thing I do want to point out, right before I started making this video, an update came out with this situation, and apparently DaniLeigh was charged with simple assault following this whole situation. And you know, I'm pretty sure, I don't know for a fact, I haven't actually looked into the details, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be considered a domestic case, a domestic situation. So with that being said, it's probably going to have to be prosecuted. I'm not sure what state this is taking place in. I know in the state of Georgia, anytime it's something domestic, the state's going to pick it up even if the other party doesn't want to pursue it. When they get a call and it's a domestic situation, the state automatically picks it up. So you know, we just gotta sit back and see what happens. Just see what things transpire. Like I said, to me, DaBaby seemed a little extreme because, you know, he was saying that they weren't serious and they weren't in a relationship together, and he didn't give that impression. But you know, a picture says, it speaks 1,000 words, and she put out many pictures throughout her pregnancy, before the pregnancy, after the pregnancy. That just, to me, it looked like two people that's really dealing with each other. You know, if she's only a side piece, you know, she's not getting, you know, y'all not laying around taking pictures like that. You know, or maybe, you know, maybe he, you know, he's still learning the game. I don't know, but that's my take on it. I think it's crazy, man. That was a little extreme, but you You know, it is what it is. The next thing I want to get into, man, is the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. I spoke about it on my last video, and right now it's pretty much closing statements have been said, and it's in the hands of the jury. If you've been keeping up with the trial, you would have seen what I would say is a lot of bias from the judge. It would seem to me as though the judge is kind of giving more favor towards the defendant's side more so than the prosecution. And something that was funny to me that happened during trial was the judge for the trial actually was in his cell phone during the trial, and it was at one moment his phone actually began to ring, and the ringtone that he had on his phone was the theme song for Donald Trump's campaign for 2016 and 2020. So I you know, right now I'm gonna do a little speculation and make some safe assumptions. I think it's pretty safe to say this judge has certain alignments, and you know, it seems as though he's not impartial, and you know, we can pretty much guess how the verdict will go. You know, we can pretty much guess what the jury's gonna say, and even I feel like even if they find Kyle guilty, the judge is gonna give him probably the most light sentence allowable for that particular charge. I'm gonna play this video right here. The judge and the prosecutor actually going back and forth in court.
I didn't notice of it. It wasn't in his original preliminary report. It's being sprung on us in the middle of trial. The court has ordered on this. We had a hearing on this. The court gave the defense an opportunity to put us on notice of these things. We talked about these limitations. There was an agreement among the parties as to these limitations, which led to your order, Your Honor.
I'm a little bit challenged when you say, is there something that I'm saying that draws the face that you're making? Go ahead, say what you want to say.
I have to say, Your Honor, yesterday I was the target of your ire for disregarding your orders. Today, the defense is disregarding your order.
I'm not criticizing you for bringing up this issue. I think it's legitimate, but it's not something that sways my judgment of the case. And unless you can tell me that you have reason to believe that the doctor is going to testify differently about some of these other time periods within that less than 5 minute period, then I'm going to allow the testimony to begin.
Let me respond, Your Honor.
Please.
Yesterday, as I said, I was under the court's ire.
No, I don't want to talk about.
Well,
Why don't we
I think it's a fundamental fairness on the issue, Your Honor.
All right, say what you want to say.
If I'm being held to obey the court's orders, I'm asking that the defense be held to that too. This is something we litigated at a Daubert hearing. We spent time on this.
You know, I am going to interrupt you. And I'm gonna...
Pretty much right now the prosecutor is telling the judge that the judge held him and his team to a certain standard in the court that he's not holding the defense to, and he's allowing the defense to pretty much bend the same rules that he was chastised for the day before.
And I'm going to let you talk again. I was talking yesterday about the Constitution of the United States and how the Supreme Court has interpreted it for 50 years. That's not what we're talking about here today.
So, this is a notice issue to the state. We have not been provided proper notice of this, and clearly if the shoe were on the other foot and we tried something like this, there would be quite a kerfuffle about that.
I'm going to try to let you do it in a prudent way, and if there's an objection, I'll deal with it.
Can I list the ones that I want to raise for sober thought?
No, because you can object when it happens. Because maybe, see, if I rule on everything now, then,
Listen, right now, just this clip right here that I'm showing you shows that judge clearly has bias in how he's handling the defense and how he's handling the prosecution. And you know, I think, to be honest, in these courts, it depends on who's on what side. You know, if the defendant was somebody that looked like me, and the prosecution was trying to get them, you know, get them convicted of these same crimes, I don't feel like the judge would have that same type of bias towards the prosecution. And you know, it's horrible to say, but you know, that's the country we're living in today. To be honest, man, there's not really much to be said about it. Like I said, closing arguments were given, and now it's up to the jury to, you know, hand down their deliberation. So we just gotta see what happens. Alright, man, there's one last thing I gotta talk about. I have more updates in the Travis Scott Astroworld Festival debacle. Man, unfortunately, since the last time I did a video, the death toll has actually risen. On my last video, at the time, the official death toll was 8 people. Since then, there's been 2 more victims that have succumbed to their injuries due to things that occurred at the festival. The first one is a 22-year-old. She was a 22-year-old student at Texas A&M University. Her name is Barty Shahani, and I apologize if I mispronounce her name. She was 22 years old, and she was on a ventilator, and she was in a medically induced coma, and she was later pronounced brain dead. And the next victim, this is more recent, is actually 9-year-old Ezra Blount. And again, I apologize if there are any mispronunciations of any names. Yeah, he suffered from brain, liver, and kidney trauma, and he was also in a medically induced coma, and he succumbed to his injuries, and that's very, very unfortunate. You know, this is the last thing that we want to hear, and you know, it just seems like it's just, you know, day by day we just keep getting this bad news in regards to this festival. So, you know, all we can really do is just sit back and just, you know, let things unfold and let things happen as they will. And I'll, you know, as more things come about, I'll continue to bring updates about it. This is Major Talk TV. You in the den with First D.